De alguna forma siento que esto es justo lo que quiero. Una nueva vida como aventurero. Esto es lo que tenía que ser.
Pues ya estamos aquí en el siguiente vídeo y vamos a entrar a ver qué nos dicen aquí los colegas. A ver cuál es la siguiente parte de esta guerra, que está siendo bastante interesante. Hemos recuperado Markarth. Hemos defendido Carrera Blanca. Joder, Sofía, no te caigas ni bajo el agua.
Role-playing, I mean. Although pinching bottoms is quite fun too.
I'll let him explain. Something I can help you with?
Ya no sé con quién tengo que hablar.
Yes, if we can pull this off, we may find fighting off the Dominion significantly easier. Let me ask you a question. Do you know what happened to Hammerfell at the end of the Great War?
Dejaron el imperio,
Well,
pero
after
bueno,
the signing
que lo
of the
explique.
White Gold Concordant, the Red Guards refused to follow the new guidelines. The Empire was forced to release them. They have been an independent province ever since. Since then, the Red Guards have been very tight on their exports to the Empire. They have also been very reluctant to engage in political matters. Something about them not being comfortable negotiating with Thalmor puppets. A bit dramatic if you ask me, but they weren't totally wrong. Well, times have changed. The Empire is no longer under the control of the Thalmor. I have managed to secure a meeting with some diplomats from Hammerfell. Very prominent figures in the Red Guard leadership. We're going to meet with them and discuss what we can do about this Dominion threat, together. Any questions?
¿Cuál es el plan?
The diplomats are traveling into Skyrim with a small convoy. They'll cross the border into the Reach. The meeting will be held in Understone Keep in Markarth. The Red Guards were cautious about moving too far into the province, so Markarth will have to serve. I will be there as our representative. I want you to travel to the border to meet them and escort them to Markarth. I assume they will be bringing their own guards, but the threat of a Dominion ambush is too great. It would make me sleep better knowing you were there to protect them, and it would also serve as a kind opening gesture. Sending one of our greatest warriors to protect and escort them, that can't hurt. I also want you there at the talks. You've proved to be nothing but useful to us thus far. What is some conversation around a table over killing waves of Dominion soldiers, hmm? Something a bit more peaceful for once. So, are you ready?
O sea, que tengo que
Excellent.
escoltar al convoy para una reunión. Será como el concilio de paz que haces con los barbas
There's an orc
grises.
stronghold in that area called
Algo por el estilo.
Head there and you should find them around that area. So we're good to
Sí,
go.
la conozco.
I'll head to Markarth and you will find the convoy and then escort them to Markarth.
¿Necesitas que te acompañe hasta allí?
Oh no, don't worry. I have my own guards. I'll be perfectly safe, I assure you. Thank you for offering, though.
Vale, pues vamos a buscar a los guardias rojos y a escoltarlos hasta Markarth.
¿Necesitas algo?
Hay un paseo desde Duskin hasta Markarth, ¿eh? Bueno, estoy llegando, ya están aquí los guardias rojos, ya ha pasado Duskin y aquí están.
I thought you, Alakir, were supposed to be the best.
The best warriors, not the best navigators.
Yeah.
I suppose the map you brought was useless.
Well, it is, seeing as we don't know where we are on it. Who knows where we are in relation to Markarth?
I'm fairly sure it's southeast of
Hmm?
us.
Oh, you're fairly sure. How reassuring. Why use a map when we can go on your wild guesses? I hope
Chicos,
you're better
que
with
yo
the
soy de aquí.
sword than with directions.
Conozco el
God's
camino.
help us if we are found. You there. Could you point us in the direction of the... You have. Who are you? Who sent you?
Soy alias Player.
Ah, I've heard all about you. Been giving the Dominion quite a bit of trouble. Or so it's said. So Sialius has sent his best to escort me.
Claro que
I'm
sí.
flattered. I have the honor to be Kalort. My companion here is Jartad. This here is Malin, the commander of my guard. I trust you know the way to Markarth from here.
Por supuesto, está al norte de aquí.
So we are on the right path. I think the 9 Celius sent you, else we might have ended up halfway to elsewhere.
So tell me, why did Sialius send you? He has plenty of men. Why waste one of his best walking us to Markarth?
Las carreteras son peligrosas, la guerra está en marcha.
Indeed. Although I did say I was bringing my own guard. I look here no less. What could possibly befall us that they cannot handle? No matter. Come, let us go. I want to reach the city as soon as possible.
Sí, vamos a la ciudad que quedó un largo paseo.
Dominion soldiers.
¡Ey!
Found us.
Armas, atacan. Vale. Por los arqueros. Se me está inflando el arquero, tú. Me encantan los Alakir ahí con las dos espadas. Vale, chicos, vamos a Markarth. ¿Me seguís o cómo está el tema?
What is it?
No hay conversación. Tampoco hay... ¿Andando? No me jodas que tengo que ir hasta Markarth andando.
Well fun.
Esas vibraciones son
Get to
del...
Markarth as soon as possible, in case more soldiers show up.
de las minas de las ruinas de Argamaz, donde está el fragmento de Aeterio. Curioso que se sientan aquí, ¿eh? No me siguen, se quedan parados, así que vamos a probar un viaje rápido, ¿no? ¿O qué? Y ahora la torre de piedra, y la torre de piedra es el Palacio de Markarth. Pues vamos para allá, vamos a hacer viaje rápido porque estos no se mueven. A ver si están por aquí. Pues no están por aquí. Bueno, entremos y a ver qué pasa.
¿Sí?
Sí. Sí.
Yeah.
Ah, están aquí ya.
Ah, gentlemen. Welcome to Skyrim. Trust you had a pleasant journey.
That's one way of describing it.
Oh, I apologize. Something happened on the road. I wasn't aware.
Yes, we were ambushed by Dominion soldiers. It would appear that they know of our presence in Skyrim.
Buenos días, ¿va todo bien?
I see. That is unfortunate. I think I sent my friend here to escort you then.
I'm sure we could have handled them on our own. But yes, I appreciate the gesture.
Yes, well, shall we begin? Please, take a seat.
De alguna forma siento que esto es justo lo que quiero.
Ya, a ver dónde se sientan y a ver dónde me tengo que
Esto es lo
sentar yo.
tenía que ser.
Joder, cansinos son los seguidores cuando no tocan.
¿Necesitas algo?
Vale, pues este es mi sitio.
My friends, may I say what an honor it is to have?
Spare us your pleasantries, General. We don't want to remain here any longer than is necessary.
Is it me, or
especially
are the
with the
priests in
Dominion
Skyrim
onto
all
us.
perverts? I said I had injured my leg,
I assume
and one
you
of
see
them told
Hammerfell's aid with this war of yours.
Descansa un poquito, Sofía, a ver si te caes un poquito ahí.
If I
Quiero
may
enterarme de
say
lo
so,
que
I
dicen.
believe this war encompasses us all.
Really? I don't see any Dominion soldiers in Hammerfell.
Aún.
Jartod is right, but we are here now. I suppose you have some proposals for us? Let us hear them then.
Actually, I was thinking we could discuss terms mutually. There's no reason we cannot both come away from this meeting happy.
Indeed. Very well, what do you want to discuss first then?
Well, first of all, what kind of aid would you be prepared to give?
Well, that depends on what we would receive in return. I've seen no reason thus far that we should help you.
Joder, todavía no hemos empezado y ya están pidiendo.
As we said, this is your war. Us helping you would only strain our relationship with the Outmarried Dominion.
What is it you want, then?
Word has it that the Emperor has gone into hiding, and that the Elder Council are all either missing, dead, or captured. And the armies of the Imperial Legion are scattered and broken.
Yes, what of it?
I suppose that makes you the closest thing to a leader for the Empire right now.
I don't know about that. What is it you would have of me?
It is simple. When the war is over, so long as the Empire survives, it will begin trading openly with Hammerfell again. As it did when Hammerfell was still a member. All borders will also be open to citizens of Hammerfell, as if they were citizens of the Empire.
Bien.
The
Lógico.
only stipulation is that we are not part of the Empire. We will pay no taxes to Cyrodiil, nor supply men to or house the Imperial Legion. We will not answer to any Emperor.
That is quite a demand.
Los guardias rojos siempre han sido
What do you think?
muy independientes. Sí, vamos a aceptar porque...
You clearly have some wits about you. I'm glad to see it.
Very well. I accept.
Excellent. I'm sure this will benefit both of us.
Anything else you had in mind?
Well, if you want aid from us, the money for it has to come from somewhere.
You want gold from us?
After all, this business with the war is over, of course. It only seems fair to me.
And how much do you presume this will cost?
I was thinking around the 800,000 mark.
800.000, ¿sabes?
800,000? Have you lost your mind? Do you plan on giving each of your men gold-plated armor or something?
Chaparro o algo así.
Said it was all for paying for the aid. See the rest of it as commission.
O sea, ya tienes algo, ahora dinero también, joder.
Negotiations out there. If it should backfire, well, you know how it is.
What do you think?
No deberías pagarles nada.
Look, I don't want to either, but I don't think we have a choice. Fine, we'll pay.
Very good. I believe I said 800,000.
What do you think? How much should we give them?
La mitad.
It might take half. Could work. We are prepared to pay you 400,000.
That is half of what we asked for.
Sí.
I suppose that will suffice.
I'm sure it will. Understand that we could spare no more.
So, now that all that business is out of the way, what would you have of us specifically?
Whatever aid you can supply. The more, the better.
I'm afraid you're gonna have to be more specific than that. The term aid covers a large amount of actions.
We'd be content with typical aid. soldiers and supplies, but I had something much more drastic in mind.
And what is that exactly?
You could declare war on the ordinary Dominion.
What? Are you... Have you gone totally insane, Sirius? You would have us declare war on them?
Jartod is right. That is utter madness.
Sí, pero sería abrirle dos frentes
The
al
Dominion are taking this war
al
one
dominio.
province at a time. It may be that they can't take two on at once.
You there. Speak some sense into this general of yours. We have signed a peace treaty with the Dominion.
Tiene un punto.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Think about it. Do you honestly think you are safe from the Dominion? You think they won't try and attack you eventually?
Pues en cuanto acaben con nosotros,
They
el dominio
only tried
intentará
during the First Great War, and they failed.
invadir todo.
I would hope they have learned their lesson.
Indeed. We have already proved that Hammerfell will not fall so easily.
Pero eso no quiere decir que no vayan a intentarlo. Si el imperio cae, estará rodeado.
That's right. In the first war, you defended one border. That's easy enough. Now Cyrodiil has fallen. Should Skyrim and High Rock follow suit, you will have Dominion ground forces on all sides. Not to mention the Dominion Navy from the coast.
That is true indeed. Perhaps we could still hold out. It is something we need to think on.
So, now that everything is agreed upon, what would you be willing to provide us in terms of aid?
Based on what you have offered us, we are willing to send you extra soldiers and supplies as you need them. Declaring war is totally out of the question, I'm afraid.
Era de esperar, pero había que
But
intentarlo.
these supplies should help you well enough. The soldiers will be able to replenish your ranks, as well as both of them.
Very good. It'll do nicely. It is true that we are sorely in need of supplies and men. Don't worry, they will be put to good use. So it is agreed then. The Empire will open its borders to trade and the citizens of Hammerfell without them being members. The Empire will provide Hammerfell with the sum of 400,000 septums after the war is done. In return, Hammerfell will send supplies and fresh troops to aid our fight.
That seems about right.
Excellent. I'm glad we could come to an agreement.
Yes, well, we must be off. We have some preparations to make.
Of course.
Se parecen los dos a Nafim, no es por nada.
Well, that could have gone better, but I think we did well. I would have liked them to declare war, but the supplies and soldiers will help. Beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. Let's back to it, I suppose. I need to get back to Windhelm and have Balfa update me on the situation. I don't like being away from the war room too long. As for you, just keep doing what you're doing, I suppose. And we need you again. We'll write you.
Vale, a esperar carta como siempre.
Soldier.
Pues nada.
Well done today.
Perfecto. Pues nada, hemos conseguido guardias rojos. El Eric, el asesino, se me ha puesto aquí encima de la mesa. Y nada, ahora esperar que me manden
I wouldn't want to follow
la
you.
carta para continuar. No sé por dónde continuaremos. Imagino que recuperar Rifte o algo por el estilo, esperemos. Y nada, pues nada. Aquí voy a parar y mañana más.